St. Peter's Throne. This is Zoin set GK202. It was released in November 2024 and I paid for the set about 45 euros and about 11 euros for shipping. This construction block set consists of 2019 pieces, which are compatible to bricks by other building blocks companies like Lego, Kobe, Mega, and so on. If I'm informed correctly, then Zoin is a subsidiary of GK202, and this means we have to pay attention, at least a bit. GK202 is a company which doesn't always care too much about copyrights, and thus they have stolen a lot of mock designs and they also dare to steal Lego designs. But I think this set here is clean. As far as I know, all the Zoin sets are clean. I guess GK202 tries to establish a new brand with legit sets. As the title says, this set depicts St. Peter's Throne, also known as St. Peter's Chair or the Cathedra Petri, or if you prefer to pronounce it a bit more the Latin way, the Cathedra Petri. And yeah, this is part of the elaborate decoration of the main apse of St. Peter's Cathedral, created by none other than the legendary Bernini. Normally I'm really not interested in having sacred art at home. With that kind of stuff you easily enter the realms of kitsch, but since I'm a little history buff and I'm also interested in the architecture of churches, and I'm at least slightly interested in art history so that I can appreciate what Bernini has done, yeah, this all just made me give this set a try. So, besides the bricks, the set seems also to come with a light kit. At least it says lighting effects over here. That's quite cool. And we can also see that there are quite a lot of printed tiles. At least I hope those are printed tiles and not some stupid stickers. Let's have a look at the back side of this box. You can see my box comes slightly damaged, but it's still okay. The box is quite wobbly, but I don't care about the box at all. So, here we can see the completed build from different angles. And we also get to know the size of the completed build. It's 19.2 centimeters by 32 centimeters by 33.5 centimeters. Yeah, it's a bit bigger than I expected it to be, huh? Then down here we can also see that we can turn the light off and on. And there seems to be a light switch at the back of the build. Okay, then here we got a little text about this piece of art. In the center of St. Peter's Basilica there is a throne of St. Peter. The once glorious throne is now covered in dust, but its magnificence is still obvious. The radiant golden glass still shines in the sun, as if telling of the glory of the past. On the top of the throne, angels gather around the flying dove of the Holy Spirit. Despite the ruthless years, the scene is still full of warmth and tranquility. Occasionally a breeze blows, the dust dissipates, revealing the outline of the throne, as if those angels and doves are conveying a hint of the ancient and profound blessings. Well, yeah, that text definitely is kitsch. And I doubt that there's has ever been a lot of dust on this piece of art here. I have been at the Vatican several times, and the nuns over there really keep everything tidy. Everything is very clean over there, and I doubt that this thing here ever was covered in dust. Okay, I think it's time to open the box. The box is one of those boxes which we can completely fold open. That's quite cool. Alright, and inside the box we find these 5 bags here, which got numbers on them, and each of the bags contain more bags. So I guess we are going to have 5 building sections, and each of those huge bags contains one whole building section in smaller bags. Then we also get this bag here with all the electronics. Yeah, this is the light kit. And we will have to see if the set also contains batteries. Does it say so on the box? I don't know. The toy uses 3 1.5 AAA batteries. Okay. But I have no clue if the batteries are included. We can see here how we have to install the batteries. But I'm not sure if the set comes with batteries. I guess not, but I guess this is something we will see later. Alright, then we of course also get the building instructions. Those are printed instructions. It's a little booklet, and yeah, when we open them we have to we have to see that we got a lot of stickers to place, so we do not have prints. Those are all stickers. That's annoying. But what's quite cool is that all the texts in the instructions are written in 2 languages. So I think you remember that I recently built this Sambo Digimon set, and that was only in Chinese, but it seems that this set here is written in Chinese and translated to English at the same time. That's quite cool. Yeah, all the texts are in 2 languages. And yeah, here we can once again see that we got 5 building sections. I will start with building section A. For some reason it says A in the instructions, but the bags have numbers, so A is supposed to be 1, I guess. Yeah, we will see. I'm going to open now all the bags in bag number 1, and then I will start with step A01. I will come back to you as soon as I see something interesting or something doesn't work as shown in the instructions. Step A14. In some of the previous steps and in this step we have placed some of the pieces in this color here, but I can't say what color this is. I don't think that I have seen it before. Is this very light bluish gray? I don't think that this is old gray. I remember that color looking differently in the 90s, so no, this isn't old gray, is it? I think this might be very light bluish gray. And yeah, this is a color you don't usually see with normal pieces. Or is it milky white? Milky white is a color that I haven't used before. that might be. I don't know. Step A15. In this step we are using a piece which I haven't used before. It's a Technic pin with bar and toe ball. The Lego company introduced this piece in 2022, and so far it appeared in 22 Lego sets. Step A29. So far we have built several segments, and now we have to combine two of them. In the step, we have to use this segment, which we have built in step A28, and we have to combine it with the segment which we have built in A26, so this one here. The thing is that it looks differently here than it does in step A26. Look, we have these wedge bricks here, which do not appear here. But suddenly in step A30, there they are again. This is a bit strange, but yeah, I'm just going to ignore that, because it seems that in the next step everything is correct again. Step A55. Here are two pieces which the Lego company doesn't use. Maybe Mega used these pieces, I don't know. Those are 2x4 wedge tiles. Lego uses those pieces as plates, but not as tiles as far as I know. Step A57. These metallic golden pieces which we are placing here in this step are really beautiful. Have a look at them, how shiny they are. Oh, this is fun. Step A59. In this step we have to use one of the LED plates, and in the image we can't really see how long the wire is. It's shown here in a shortened way, but luckily they write next to the wire how long it is supposed to be, 18 centimeters. But we don't really have to measure, because there is only one 1x3 LED plate, and so it has to be this one which we have to use. Step A60. Not every detail in the set is made with stickers. We also got a print, at least one print. Step A63. In this step we are hiding the LED's wire, and yeah, we are hiding the wire below tiles and plates and jumper plates. And this isn't really something I like to do, because I mean, the wires are very thin, but they are not so thin that we don't see a difference if we have placed a plate on top of a wire or on top of another plate. You see, there are small gaps. Those gaps are very small, but they are there. And theoretically, this is an illegal building technique. I don't like to do this. But I have to. I don't know why we didn't simply stick the wire through one of these holes there. Oh, it's not so easy to place the plate down here. It was easy to place this normal plate here, but placing this round tile, it's a bit more problematic, it seems. Maybe I should de-interlock this plate here once again. Maybe there's not enough space for the wire. Yeah, I think that was it. Okay, then let's place this piece here again. It just doesn't feel right to place pieces on the cable, and I guess you aren't supposed to push too hard, because otherwise it might happen that you break the wire. That's not fun. Oh, by the way, this brick separator came with the set here, and this one here looks quite similar to a Lego brick separator. There's, the decoration here on top of it looks differently, but other than that, it's almost identical. Okay, maybe you can't really see the difference, but you can feel it definitely. And I just know what I have done here. It's not a good feeling. I don't like this method of hiding wires. Step A66. In this step we are using pieces which, for example, the Lego company doesn't use, but I showed you these pieces in a lot of bluebrick sets. Those are 1x2 plates with studs on both sides. So it's very easy to reverse the stud order with them, to reverse the building direction. We can simply, put plates on both sides, if you do it correctly. And this is a very interesting piece which can be quite helpful. Step A67. In this step we have to use a plate modified, but it doesn't use the same mold as the Lego company uses. I think it's a mold I have seen in sets of several manufacturers of alternative bricks, but it seems there are variations of this piece. So here's a little info box and it shows 3 variations. And we have to use the variation with this sign here. That one. Luckily in this building section we only got the same pieces, so I do not have to look it up if I have used the correct one. Step A71. It's time to apply a lot of those awful stickers. And the thing is that they have done quite sloppy design here. Have a look, for example, at sticker number 14. We have to apply this sticker on several tiles at once. We won't be able to take the set apart again without destroying the stickers once we have applied them. This is really terrible. I think pretty much all the stickers are applied to several tiles. Maybe here's one which is only applied to a single piece. No, there isn't any. I hope in one of the later steps we might apply stickers to single pieces. At least it looks so. But in this step, we are applying all stickers on several pieces at once. Well, I give it a try. Normally I'm not going to apply stickers when something like this happens, but I will try to apply the stickers to all those tiles, and then I will use a sharp knife to cut through the stickers along these gaps in which the pieces are aligned. That way I will be able to disassemble the set once again. Let's hope this will work. Well, what I plan to do doesn't seem to work with curved stickers. You can see I have damaged the sticker at various points, and it seems that all tiles are still connected to each other through the sticker. Yeah, I'm not going to place these curved and round stickers. I'm only going to place stickers when they are applied to these or applied to pieces which have a straight line in between each other, like here. This should be possible. Okay, I have only placed the stickers which were placed in such a position where they are easy to cut. So I have placed these 5 stickers here because it's very easy to cut them. And then I also have placed this round sticker here because it only sits on one single tile, a 3x3 round tile. And so this is absolutely unproblematic. The stickers which I haven't placed or even removed again are this sticker here. You know, that's the sticker which I messed up. Then those 3 round stickers here and that sticker here. So these 4 stickers are the stickers we are talking about, and I'm not going to place them. I hope it will look alright this way too. Well, now we have finished the first building section, and I have to say, until I reached the step with the stickers, I had very much fun with this building section because it was very satisfying to place all the pieces. We have done here a quite clever building technique to get all the pieces in this shape here. And yeah, we worked with ball joints to get the outer construction or the construction itself, and then we attached a lot of wedges on the construction, and it was just very satisfying to see that that this shape here is turning into existence. And the bricks are really surprisingly good. I was absolutely surprised by those bricks. I thought that we are going to get some bricks with huge ugly injection holes, but no. Have a look at these injection points here. Those are great. Those are really great bricks, and they work totally fine. I guess that those are pieces produced by J-Star. I'm not sure about this, but I guess so, and it seems that they have really great pieces. Alright, then now it's time to go on and start with the second building section. Alright, I gave the stickers another try, and this time I managed to cut it in such a way that all the tiles can be removed individually. But you can see the sticker looks quite crappy now. But I'm not sure if this is due to my cutting activities of this time or if I messed the sticker that much up before. You know, my last try when I simply stopped the whole thing. Well, I think I will find out soon, because now I'm going to try to place the other of those stickers on the tiles which were placed here. To be able to cut the sticker correctly, I have removed the tiles, then I have placed them on these plates here, just very loosely. And then I'm going to apply the sticker to those tiles. After that, I will remove all the tiles at once, and I will turn them on their head, and then I will try to cut between the tiles with a very sharp knife. Yeah, definitely the method I use to cut the stickers messes them up. But I guess it doesn't matter, because Otherwise I wouldn't use them at all, so it doesn't really matter if I destroy them or don't use them at all, I guess. Damn. I guess the problem is that the material of the stickers simply is too thick and they are slightly stiff, and because of that, when I try to cut them, the material tends to be slided all over the tile, and yeah, that's how these waves get created, and then I have to try to make everything flat again. But yeah, this doesn't really work, and also you can see that with this method I produce a lot of gaps. I don't know, does it look better without sticker or with this messed up sticker? Well, now I'm going to place also the completely round stickers here. I fear that this will even look crappier. We will see. I'm not sure if after 2 more or less failed tries I simply have leveled up my sticker skills, or if it's easier to cut those completely round stickers. I think this here looks better than what I have done before. But alright, now it's really time to continue with building section number 2, or B. Step B06. In this step we are supposed to use this plate modified, and they say that it's a transparent white plate modified. But this doesn't make any sense. Pieces can be transparent, this means they are clear, or if there is any color attached to them, then it should be translucent. I know white isn't a color, but you know what I mean. So this piece here should be in translucent white. But there are no translucent white pieces, so my guess is that we are supposed to use this transparent piece here, this clear piece. Also have a look at the piece itself. It's a special mold. It's not a piece like we see it with Lego sets. I don't know why they used their own mold, because with other pieces they don't really care about those pieces still being protected by the Lego company. For example, these 2 pieces here. I'm quite sure that this company isn't allowed to use those pieces, and hence actually you shouldn't be able to buy the set on the European market. Step B26. Here we have got a piece with which I'm unfamiliar. The Lego company doesn't use this piece. It's a 1x1 slope with an open stud on the slopey side. Step B96. We have completed the second building section, and our build starts to get some shape. You can see that we have started to add walls. Well, in the first building section we didn't have any pieces left over, but here are some spare pieces in the second building section. But for some reason those are pieces which we haven't used at all in this building sections. We didn't use any 2x2 plates or 1x2, 4, 6, 8 plates in this color in building section B. Very strange. Well, time to go on with the third building section C. Step C65. At the moment we are building the window, and for this we have used the second light piece. This time it's a translucent 2x2 round jumper tile. Is this a thing? Can we call it jumper tile? You know what I mean. It's a tile with a stud in the middle. Step C79. In this step we are using more special pieces which the Lego company doesn't use. Those are clips which are attached to the backside of very thin 1x1 plates with open stud. Step C87. In this step they once again want us to place a sticker, this time on the window. So here is our sheet with the stickers, but they do not want us to place this sticker here because there is an updated version here. It looks more or less the same, but I think the lines are a bit thicker. Is the shape identical? I think so. Well, the thing is that once again we are supposed to apply the sticker to several tiles at once, and this is just horrible. I think I'm going to try to place the sticker, but I'm not sure if I will be able to cut it. I guess I will end with removing it once I have placed it and messed up the cut. We will see. So I managed to place the cuts, and yeah, I guess it could look worse, but I'm definitely not happy with the result. We will have to see how this whole thing looks like when we put it on power. It might be that the light, somehow puts too much attention on the ugly stickers. We will see. Maybe I'm going to remove the stickers in the end. We will see. Step C91. Here is another special piece the Lego company doesn't use. It's a 1x2 oval plate with studs on both sides, but I think it's slightly thinner than a normal plate. Is it? Let me have a look. Yes, it is thinner. Step C108. We have completed building section C, and our build starts to become quite colorful. There are 2 building sections to go. Let's continue with building section D. Step D13. In this step we are supposed to place this piece of electronics in there, in this little compartment which we have built here, and you can see that on the underside of this thing there is a sticker. So we are supposed to remove this little sheet of paper here, and then we can glue it in there. But I don't think it's necessary to use the glue or the sticker part itself. We can simply push it in there and it fits perfectly. It doesn't fall out. It just sticks in there without any glue. Step D14. We have applied more stickers, but at least this time each sticker is only applied to one single tile. Step D30. I think here is an error in the instructions. Have a look at those 2 statues and look where they are placed. They are placed right on top of the corners of those plates below, of the backside of those plates. But this doesn't really work. It's okay with this statue, but not with that one. So I had no problems to place this statue, but this statue here interferes with the golden stuff in the back. I can't really pose it properly on that round jumper plate. You can see I can't properly interlock it. And I think the positions of those statues are simply wrong, because when we have a look at the instructions cover, there we can see that the statues are placed in the middle of those plates, not in the corners. And I think this should solve the problem, because then the statue sits a few millimeters in front of that golden stuff in the back. And yeah, I'm going to try out now if this helps. Yep, that did completely solve the problem. Step D31. I just have found another but irrelevant error. In the step we have to place the two LED plates, and I have already done that. But when we have a look at the previous step, there we can see that they are already visible here. But well, it doesn't matter. If you don't pay too much attention, you won't notice them at all, and you will see them for the first time in step D31. Step D32. In this step we are placing the battery box. And this is the final piece of electronics which we are going to place in the set. And now we can also finally answer the question if the set comes with batteries or if not. Well, it doesn't. We have to place 3 AAA batteries in there. This sounds quite a lot for just 3 LEDs. Or I think we got 4 LEDs, but nevertheless, this here seems to be a bit of overkill. Step D74. At the moment we are building the upper part of this golden decoration, and for that we need these pieces here, which I haven't seen before. This is a propeller plate or sword plate. The LEGO company introduced this piece in 2012, and so far it appeared in 99 LEGO sets. D100. We are supposed to apply sticker number 7 to this piece here, to the inside of that piece. So here we get the piece, and here is sticker number 7. I have no idea how this is supposed to work. It's impossible. The inside is way too short for this long sticker. Even the outside might be too short. Well, I guess I'm not placing the sticker at all. Oh, when we have a look at the instructions cover, there we can see how the sticker is supposed to be applied. Once again, we have to apply it to several pieces at once. But in step D100, those pieces aren't even placed yet. In step D101, there we got all the pieces assembled. They should have shown the sticker over here. Or maybe in step 102. But we can't place it in step 100. That's just stupid. Step D106. In this step we are using once more a piece which the LEGO company doesn't use. I showed you this piece in a lot of my other videos. We can often find this piece in bluebrick sets. It's a simple 1x1 plate, but with studs on both sides. Step D120. We have completed building section D, and I'm really happy that I'm done with this building section because it was quite demanding. Placing all these tiny pieces here was quite difficult sometimes. And also building this throne wasn't that easy. And it was also not so easy to get everything into the right angle. I'm still not sure if I have done everything correctly. You can see that The tip of this golden thing here is slightly leaning backwards, but this is necessary because otherwise I'm simply not able to interlock this golden hairpiece here. By the way, this is a really cool piece, this golden hairpiece, and I also like these golden croissants down here. Oh, this isn't really interlocked, I have to correct that. Yeah, I'm going to do this later. But things weren't easy to do, but in the end I managed to place everything and it's doable. It's nothing for beginners, but you don't have to be a super expert either. Alright, then after I have reattached this piece here, which is loose here in the back, I will continue with the final building section E, in which we are going to build some walls on the side of this apse. Step E81. This is the set's final step. We have to place these two wall parts here, these arches, to our main build. As you can see, I already have placed the left arch, and now it's time to place the right arch. If you want to place these arches, I think it's easier not to do it like shown in the instructions, just adding them to the complete build. I would previously remove this piece here. I also did so on the other side. Then it's easier to place the arch, connect this this joint here with, I think it's down here, yeah, with these two studs. And then I would place this piece at the end. So this is, yeah, I think this is the final piece which we place in the set. You can place it without any problem from this side, but it might be difficult to interlock the piece here in the front. And I would stick in a very sharp knife or a very thin knife so that you can put some pressure on this piece. You can see here the piece is there, and you can without any problem place it here from the back side, but you can only put some pressure on this thin part so it doesn't properly interlock, and that's why I would use a knife to push it in from the other side too. Alright, then now I'm going to do this, adding this final segment, and after that adding the piece, and then I should be done with the set. After having placed the arches, we have completed the build. The only thing left to do is to turn on the build slides. And I already have done that. You can see that I have dimmed this room slides so that the build slides look more prominently on camera. And it really looks cool. This is a great build. And I think it's a perfect display piece. So of course you only want to have a look at it from the front because there isn't anything to see at the back. The only thing important about the back is that here is the battery box which you can turn on and off. But of course the display side is the front, and yeah, you can have a look at it from various angles. That's all perfectly fine. I guess you only shouldn't have a look at it from above, because then you notice the LED's reflections on those gray bricks, and yeah, it might also happen that you look directly into this LED here in the front. But all in all, The LEDs are very well hidden, and this build just looks cool with all those lights on. I especially like the effect of this orange window here. This looks so cool. Alright, then just let me turn back on this room slides so that we can have a better look at all of the details of this build. Alright, then let's have a look at Bernini's Baroque masterpiece. So here right in the center we got this orange window with this white dove. The real window has got the stuff as as stained glass, but in our case here this is a 3D model, so this isn't correct, but nevertheless I think it's a nice idea. I think the stuff represents the Holy Spirit. And it is surrounded by rays of golden light. And yeah, the real artwork shows here clouds with a choir of angels sitting on those clouds, and it's a chaos with a lot of angels. And of course, this is very difficult to depict with building blocks. And this company also isn't allowed to use Lego minifigures, so they tried to rebuild this chaos with a lot of funny pieces. Leaves, bananas, a hairpiece, and so on. I guess all these bananas represent arms and wings and stuff like that. But when you have a look at the original thing, you really have to look at the details to see the angels and so on. When you just have a quick look, it just looks like a chaos of a lot of stuff. And I think this represents this here very well. And they have done it quite cool. I mean, these bananas really have the positions of the wings and arms and stuff like that. And yeah, the shape of the whole thing is just really done correctly. That's quite cool. Well, then below the rays of lights and the clouds and the angels, we of course got the throne. I think it's made out of bronze and marble, I'm not quite sure. And inside this thing there is a chair which was believed to be the chair of Saint Peter, but actually it seems that this is a chair which was used to throne Charles the Bald. And also here we got really cool details with this chair. I think the original artwork shows here little angels on top of the chair, and they really have done this quite well. And then down here we got these four brick-built figures. Those are John Chrysostom, Athanasius the Great, Saint Augustine, and Ambrose. And yeah, they stand on this marble block here. And I'm not quite sure what this is supposed to be here in front. So we got these stairs, and is this tiny golden thing supposed to be an altar? I don't know. Well, then down here we got the floor with all its cool marble tiles. But in our case, we recreated this sadly with stickers. I guess those round tiles here might have looked well without the stickers too, but I think it helps a bit that I have placed the stickers here and there. But of course, I cut the stickers to be able to disassemble the whole build again, and That's why the stickers look so damaged. Yeah, that's sad that they have used stickers here instead of prints. Yeah, then here on top we got these fake columns, and here we got these details, these marble details. That's really cool. And then of course we got also these arches with a lot of details, and also columns with these capitals in Ionic order. Once again we have used stickers to recreate these Ionic details. Here in the front, I guess those are benches. I'm not quite sure. I don't really know how this area looks, because here is this huge baldachin by Bernini, which sits on top of St. Peter's grave, so I'm not very familiar with this area here. Sadly, I have only taken photos of the baldachin, but we can see the throne in the background. Here we can see the golden rays of light and the choir of angels. Sadly, the dove isn't really visible in my photos since, I don't know, I simply didn't take a good picture of the window, I guess. We can see the throne itself with, those two angels on top of it, and I think in the middle, this is a papal crown. I'm not quite sure about this. But in our model, it's a golden egg. And also down here, these two angels can be seen in our model. They aren't clearly visible as angels, but when you know that they are angels, then we can also see them in our model. And here in the front, there are the 4 statues. What's a bit annoying is that our model shows the capitals on the 4 lower columns as capitals in Ionic order, but in reality, as we can see in the picture, those capitals are supposed to be in Corinthian order, just like the capitals up here, which are correct in our model. Well, then we got a printed plaque. That's quite cool, but sadly this is the only print which comes with the set. I would have preferred to have all these pieces here as prints, also the chair, instead of the plaque. I don't really need the plaque. These pieces here, those really would have been cool as prints. Well, the bricks we have used for this build were just amazing. Perfect bricks, you can't complain about the quality. They have great colors. Have a look at these metallic golden pieces. This looks so great. Sadly, some of the pieces come with scratches, but those are only very few pieces. Most of the pieces just look awesome. Perfect clutch power, and what makes me really happy is that the injection holes aren't very visible. Those are just injection points, not those huge holes which we see, for example, with the Xingbao pieces. Building this thing wasn't that difficult. There were some quite difficult parts, but all in all, everybody should be able to assemble this thing here. It's not a set for kids. Okay, I guess kids are not interested in this theme here, but there are some parts which are quite complex. For example, connecting these outer walls to these bigger walls here. And I think it was also a bit difficult to connect the upper golden part here to the whole build. Did this include the window? I think so. I can't really remember. But yeah, there were some tricky parts, but all in all, it's in most ways this isn't really difficult to assemble. What I definitely do not like is that we have used so many stickers, so this is really sloppy design. They should have given us more stickers, which we could have placed on single tiles. I wouldn't have liked that either, but it's better to have that than just to apply huge stickers to several tiles at once. This is just awful. The perfect solution for this is prints, but this of course makes sets a bit more expensive. Another thing which slightly annoys me is the battery box. So you can see here are the wires of the battery box. I think it would be way better to have the wires on the other side so that the wires are opposite to the on-off switch. Yeah, I'm not sure if you will be able to buy this set in Europe since Zoin used several bricks which are still protected by the Lego company. So most sellers definitely are not allowed to sell this set in Europe. But maybe Blue Bricks is going to sell it, and those guys for some reason can sell these kind of sets. I guess they have some kind of deal with the Lego company. Otherwise, yeah, you have to order it in Asia and simply hope that it won't get stuck at the border. I had much fun assembling the set, and it's a really cool display set. I will put it on my shelf. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention it, but there were only 2 building sections which came with leftover pieces. So one of the building sections had these pieces here left over. We didn't use these kind of pieces at all in this building section. I have no idea how they entered that building section. And then there was another building section where this tile here was left over. And this here really is a leftover part because we only used one of these pieces in the building section, but 2 were included. This is quite strange that we got such a huge set which has only so few pieces left over, and those are rather huge pieces. Normally when pieces are left over, then it's something tiny like, I don't know, maybe such a thing or one of those flower pieces here or something like that. But well, now it's really time to put this masterpiece here into my on my shelf, and then yeah, I have my own piece of Bernini at home.